Hmm. What time is it? We're starting a little late. Had my friend Kelly here. He's just heading out. So yeah, she had to take off. I said she could be on stream. She's been on stream before on Sundays, but no, she has to get away. All right, what's happening? I'm checking my stream. Looks like the quality is good. Meow. Kitty starts having things to say as soon as I hit the live button these days. He's got a lot of meowing to do. Come here, Mo. Come here, Mo. You want to be on stream? You want to talk to the people? No, he's going to the back. All righty. Well, today is going to be a non-Lego stream. Boy, but speaking of, but I will at least show off the Lego I've been building over the last 3 streams because it's so cool. I'm really in love with it. Well, yeah, I like it. Oh, Diet Coke. Why not? Don't mind if I do. Excuse me, do. So what's the Kench Niner Niner live stream all about, you ask? Because you have no idea, you've never been here before. First of all, feast your eyes on the beautiful blue Bluetooth controller. Vapor Blue. Each one of these is a unique pattern, by the way. There's a freshly poured glass of Diet Coke with the condensation and the ice. It's good too. Oof. Fresh out of the can. I mean, that's the way to go too, with ice. Good quality ice. I mean, it's just the way we roll around here. And okay, right. Oh, the stream. Yes. First half of the stream is me flying around a Microsoft Flight Simulator. Where we go, in what plane, I don't plan in advance most of the time. Basically, check out missions. We start the plane. We fire it up. We warm it up. We roll out on the taxiway. We take off. We look around and see what there is to see. And sometimes we land on the same runway. Sometimes we find another one to land on. Short but sweet missions where we get to explore the plane's capabilities and see things on the ground, and that's all I like to do. Then there'll be a short break. Well, I'm going to do my brain games today, so I'll do the brain games after the Microsoft Flight Simulator. Then there'll be a break, and then today is my musical performance. So I always do a musical performance for the second half. Today is Guitar Day, but I'm not going to play this. I just want to show this because this is not the one. I'm going to switch to a different guitar, one that's sitting over there. I'm not sure which one exactly, but I've been playing this one for a couple of days. So today's guitar stream will be a different guitar than this gold top. Anyway, we'll fire that up a little bit later. Maybe do sing some karaoke. I don't know. Gonna settle in for a roughly 2-hour stream, I imagine. 2 hours of magical performance, and then we'll call it a Sunday. But hey, Monday should be a stream day as well. I'm planning on streaming. Sundays and Saturdays are very quiet around here. Maybe we'll see some people pop in, but maybe not. Because weekdays are definitely the more popular streaming days in terms of chat activity and people wanting to come in and see the live stream. But I always like to mention, most of the people who watch on the VODs on YouTube after the fact. So they don't have to watch the whole show like this part. But then they can, they can watch the show whenever they feel like it. It's YouTube, That's kind of primarily how YouTube works. YouTube Live is an afterthought, I think. It's not really very well implemented. It's got some problems, but I do use it, and I'm going to keep using it. All right, let's switch over to the gaming camera here. So this is the opening screen for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Yeah, we got to figure out how to see the Northern Lights at some point. I want to take a quick peek at the marketplace while we're here. This is the 2024 marketplace, which is completely different than the 2020 marketplace, right? Although a lot of this stuff is also on sale and available here. And there are some good sales going on for some interesting planes. But God, I got so many planes. So I'm not like super, at this time I'm kind of waiting for things that I absolutely have to buy. Spend a lot of money on this game, and who knows if it's going to be going on too much further. All right, go back. Well, so I don't have any other specific ideas. But if you remember correctly, we were talking about the latest city update, the city update 10X, whatever you want to call it. 5 cities. We've been to 4 of them, which is Honolulu, Fort Worth, Dallas, Denver, went to yesterday, and San Francisco was the 5th city. Now, we've been to San Francisco approximately 7,000 times, so I think this will be good because we're real familiar with it. And what I like to do is do the same old route we always do. Boy, this is having some problems loading in here. Hopefully we can load. I bet we can't even get into. We're gonna load to my home airport, Livermore, Muni. I've never had any problem coming in there. But what aeroplano? Something nice and fast, but not too fast because it's a sightseeing plane, sightseeing trip. Maybe the I was gonna say the Fuga but also maybe just the Caproni, my favorite plane here. It's fast, it's aerobatic, it's simple. I like it. It's interesting. Let's change the livery though. That camouflage is kind of boring. So change here. We're gonna go to. They don't have a lot, but we'll go with white and turquoise. They're all pretty cool looking. Hello. That should be fine. Something's running slow. I wonder if my network is kind of running slow. We'll have to see if this loads at a reasonable speed. All right. So if we go to Livermore University, oh no, we're starting cold. It's easy to start up, at least. Yeah, it should be. And if not, we can cheat it. We can cheat it. Right, so this is the place that always makes me nervous because we've sat here a few times. Now, Livermore's always been reliable. It only takes a minute or two. But a couple times we went 3 or 4 minutes and I'm like, no, we're done. So let's see, we're in the right category. I got my title up. It's going to be a nice, quiet stream. There's nothing much is going to happen, I have a feeling. But it's just a vibe, you know? We're going to fly around. We're going to take off. It's just a vibe. It doesn't have to be a successful mission or anything like that. Look at that. Wait, why did my thing go off? Hello? Go on again. Saving the battery. Let's see if this is working. All right, here is my local airport here in Livermore, and that is not the realistic weather. It's cloudy and cold here, but I have it set to scattered clouds, which is how we're keeping it so we can see things around here. Today's weather is not great for the flight today. All right, let's get started here. So I want to look for the little on buttons here. The on buttons are going to be here, battery master on. Both of these have to go to open, and then we can cover these up again, right? Let's see, are we operating here? We are. Good. Okay, good. Now we can turn on, let's see. Right, you start at the top. Okay, we'll start with the left, I think, and you turn that on, and you turn the boost on, and those on. No. Yeah, I don't think you turn that on. Just these two. Let's see if the left engine's going to start up. Yeah, left engine's starting up just fine. There's 2 jet engines. Let's start the right one. It's not that big a deal here. Engine master on, boost on, and then we can turn the left generator on. While the right engine warms up a bit here. There it goes. Engine number 2's coming up to speed. About to come up, comes out to 60% is idle speed effectively. And there it comes. All right, it's basically up to speed. Turn the right generator on. Are they both? Yeah, they're both on. Okay, generators are on. That shutoff is good. Let's see. Okay, yeah, avionics master is going to be. Where is it? Well, let's turn these on first. There's an avionics master switch. Where is it? It's that's not it there. Or do I have to turn these on here? Okay, the avionics are on. I have to turn the radios on. I always forget that. It's a little detail. And this can go on. With the DME can go on now, and this altitude alerter, let me leave that off. Okay, 58%, both engines are coming up to speed here. We should be able to talk to the tower, Livermore ground. We're going to head west. We're going to check out San Francisco and the Bay Area. Got plenty of time. Depart west, thank you. Let's see if it lets us.
KNSH 9er, with Mike request taxi.
Okay. Oh, why are my speed brakes on? Oh, because of this. There we go. Speed brakes like that. Perfect. I have one of my the speed brakes are mapped to one of my sliders here, which is kind of cool. Okay, let's build up a little power here. Don't worry about this guy. He'll be fine. He might be cut in half, but he'll still be fine. Whoa, too much power. Alright, which way does this want us to go? I mean, we really want to start here, right? Yeah. Okay, we'll start at the east end of the runway and take off to the west. That's down this way. This is like a sports car if it was a plane, and that was the intent. I mean, you know, and it is, again, it's as practical as a sports car because it's got no cargo capacity, and it's a jet that requires a very expensive maintenance to operate. So I think they only made a couple of them. They just were not practical for private pilots compared to the cost of operating a Cessna or something that actually has a reasonable cargo and capacity and can get you from point A to point B. Well, you can go from point A to point B. It's just you can't really take anything with you. And you need to be the pilot, so you can have one passenger maybe. Right? Like some stuff going on here. Floaty planes. There's an F-14 for no reason. But it is a nice day. Again, it is not like this in the real world. It's quite cloudy, but we're going to keep it in part with the fake partial clouds for a while. I do love this plane. I love about about a third of mine I love them. About a third of mine I like, and about a third of them I'm like, I don't want to fly that. And it's just idiosyncratic. Just some planes I like and some planes I don't. Okay, we're at idle. We're going to come in here and prepare for takeoff. Prepare for takeoff is going to be setting trim and flaps. In the real world, you're also doing a lot more, but that's fine. All right, come to here, hit the brakes, talk to the tower. Cancel. All right, flaps to there. Oh, yeah. Yeah, and also remember the flaps don't work unless I manually do them from here. Yeah, now they work fine. Okay, they're working. Just a little okay, trim should be for takeoff should be pretty positive, like about 20% is good trim. We're set for takeoff. Let's get ourselves onto the runway here. Parking brake off. We don't need this anymore. Moving on to this nice big runway. We're gonna take off. We're gonna say hi to me because we're gonna fly over my house, which I always like to do. All right, full power to the jets there. Jets are spooling up. Got plenty of runway, so we don't have to spool up and brake, spool up and release the brakes. So that would be a technique for a much shorter runway. There's like animals running around the runway. That would not be happening. All right, but whoa. Hello, off the ground, please. Thank you. All right, we're flying. It takes a while. I mean, it's a jet, you know. They don't want to fly until you get some real speed going. But then once you get speed going, this thing just doesn't want to stop. It's got the opposite problem. Beautiful day. There's Livermore, California. There's our little airport municipal. It's right near the freeway, 580. I am departing west. There's our outlet mall. And this is where the Target is, I think. Where's the Lowe's? I think this is the Target is here. Yeah. The Target. There's a really good, that's up here. Really good dim sum restaurant. My favorite dim sum restaurant's right up here. It's really good, too. Whoops. All right, so got full power going. That ain't good. We're going to overspeed in a second here. It's right in here, I think. Right now. All right, where do I live? Right, real nearby. Right here. Real nearby. So right up ahead, there's like a housing area here. Right here. I'm going to go nice and low. And I am right down there. Hello, me. Hello, little me in the virtual world. I'm in the real world. Hello, virtually me. I'm down there playing a video game, broadcasting to the world. right from there in the real world, in the virtual world. Oops, I don't do that. I don't know. I mean, I'm the only one who finds that amusing. All right, so we're gonna take the freeway up. Let's get some speed again. And you get the trim, move that trim up. That's takeoff trim. We don't need to be taking off trim anymore. We basically go to 0 trim, I believe, which means we're a real slick surface. And we're gonna start moving. It's really funny how this plane. Okay, there's the Stone Ridge Mall. Been there many times. Kind of got a interesting layout from above. It's a big. You can see it's a big mall. There's a lot of parking, but nobody goes there anymore. It has a big Apple store. But it's okay. But anyway, I like this plane. It's going to get you there from point A to point B pretty quick. Being it's a jet and it doesn't have the limitations that a propeller plane does. So yeah, so my friend Kelly visited me here, but she lives on this side, so she's currently driving on this road, and she's actually down there in a VW GTI. Or it's not. It's whatever. It's a Golf. I don't think GTI. Right now, probably flying over her, except she's in the real world and I'm not. You gotta get confused. All right, so we're gonna pass over Oakland, but the star of the show should be San Francisco because it has been updated for City 10, and we do have City 10 loaded. I don't probably think they've updated Oakland, but Oakland looked great. But there's a lot of stuff to see around San Francisco. I expect it. You know how smooth it is here. It's gonna get real framey by the time we get to San Francisco. Gonna stay over the road here. They'll make a turn and head kind of northeast. We're heading or northwest. We're heading west. Dangerously fast. We're really moving. What's a VNE on this? Like 265? Yow. We got fine. We're fine. But yeah, see, it's a very slick plane with very slim wings and a very kind of small shape. So efficiency, especially because it's a jet, efficiency is absolutely something you're going to find. So yeah, so there's kind of 2 freeways here. And to get to Oakland and that area, you're gonna get off on this freeway and take this one up here. About 10 miles. Oh, we get nice and low and check out the terrain from a fairly low altitude here. We'll try this at home. How fast are we going? 245. All right, jets even a little slower. A little less on the jets here. In some ways, I feel like the jet is too fast, but I like the maneuverability and the fact that we can get from point A to point B. We can slow down a lot when we get to San Francisco. We're quite slow, or relatively slow. But here, yeah, we're definitely zooming over the terrain. There's the school. Interesting. That must be like a river. Or it's the stream of some kind. Interesting. I've driven this road a million times, but I've never really seen it from this perspective, and it's kind of interesting. But like each one of these turns is real familiar, you know what I mean? Kind of hard to describe. Like the traffic gets bad around here because this turn is kind of sharp for a freeway turn. So it tends to bottleneck right around there. And then it speeds up because it's all straight. But you can kind of see right there, it's a pretty sharp turn for a big ass freeway. Alright, let's give us a little more gas here. I like seeing all the houses on the side of the hills. Eesh, McMansions. But actually, those might be apartments. Still. Eesh. Okay, so if you want to go to 24 and go through the tunnel, I think you get off there. But we don't want to go through the tunnel. What's up here, by the way? I'm going to check this up here. This is a slight detour. barely tell what it, if there's something sticking up here. What is this here? I gotta check this out. Hold on. What's going on here? I gotta check this out. I gotta see what's going on here. There's all sorts of. Is this part of Berkeley? Is this like the Berkeley Science Center? No. I don't know. It's really wild. Does it say there? Is there a way of figuring it out? Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like the sign is all that high res. But look at all this detailing. Fountain, and then there's this over here, which is kind of interesting looking. I mean, what's that? There's a bunch of domes. This could be the Lawrence Livermore Lab Science Center. It kind of reminds me of that, which is where you can go. They have telescopes. They have all sorts of science stuff, and it or something like that. I think it is related, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm not sure I want to say right now because I don't know. Okay, we lost the plane, but that's fine. We'll find it again someday. It's beautiful. All right, let's get back in. Everyone back in the plane. All right, we're going to go to Oakland, and then in the distance, we see the beautiful city of San Francisco. How's our engine performance doing? I'm checking the instruments. Everything looks good. We're all in the green. Instruments are on. Radio is on. Checking everything. Yeah, we're good. So this is kind of the Piedmont area up here. A lot of, when you go uphill, it's definitely where it gets the richer people. Lake Merritt, very famous kind of recreational area for Oakland, is here. And kind of, this is the Lake Merritt kind of this end here is where kind of the events happen, I think. And then the major part of Oakland is going to be right here. But then, yeah, see, there's a lot of water. There's also the Jack London Plaza over there. There's your downtown Oakland right there, kind of that triangle. That's kind of the center, I think, Grand Street or something. We're too high up. These buildings are too high up. All right, we're going to buzz the tower. We're going to buzz the bridge. Oh, we're going under it several times. All these bridges are quite easy to go under, as far as I'm concerned. So this is the Alameda. This island's Alameda there, and there's an Alameda Naval Air Station there, but you can't land on it, but it's not marked on the map. And that's where the Blue Angels used to come land and take off from when they did their runs there. Okay, so we're gonna go under this side of the bridge. We're gonna come around Treasure Island, and we're gonna go under the other side of the bridge. We're gonna do it again. I don't know. But yeah, Port of Oakland, quite big, quite busy. And don't try this in real life. You will get a knock on the door from the FAA, and they will take away your license and shit. All those cars spilling out there. Whee! You're driving in the water, you fools! All right, so this is Treasure Island. There's some interesting events and things that happen on Treasure Island, but you could live here. Like, there's a bunch of apartment buildings, but I wouldn't recommend it. It's really kind of depressing. There's nothing to do out there, so you got to drive, like, to get to a grocery store. All right, and now the old part of the bridge is here. We like to call the Bay Bridge. The double span suspension bridge. We're going to head under it. I'm just trying to see if there's any unique, interesting details. One thing to do would be to come here at night and see if the Bay Bridge is lit up, because it is really nicely lit up with LEDs and stuff. All right, this is what this crazy stunt looks like from here. I mean, it actually doesn't look that crazy from here. But hello Bay Bridge. There's San Francisco right there. This is a cool ride. All right, so then there's kind of the South and Market area, but we're gonna head to the actual city here and see what there is to see. It's definitely gonna get framey, but so far it's pretty smooth. Okay, so one thing is, yeah, this tower here, the Salesforce Tower, which is the tallest building in San Francisco, I think is new. I think last time I saw it, I don't. Hold on. Oops. Okay. Last time I saw San Francisco, I think they didn't have the Salesforce Tower in yet. That's the tallest building in San Francisco. And that other one over there, that's a famous for having structural problems, being new. But so I think they've updated the skyline. Other than that, these buildings have all been here. There's the Bank of America building, there's the Transamerica Pyramid, there's the, that's a hotel. It's the Wyndham, I don't know exactly what hotel. You see the ferry building terminal over there. We'll fly around a little bit more and we'll get out. I always like going out at the Embarcadero for those 4 buildings there. I used to work in Embarcadero 3 on the 38th floor for a while, a short period of time with the startup. You got your Coit Tower. Coit Tower was donated by a lady who was thanking the firemen of San Francisco. So she donated that tower and made it look like a fire, thing that shoots water out, a high pressure fire, water jet. So that's why it looks like it does. This is kind of the marina area, and that's Nob Hill? I don't know those hills. Pacific Heights up here. That was my jam. The marina down there, Pacific Heights, there's the Palace of Fine Arts. I lived in San Francisco for 10 years. So I kind of lived in a building that was kind of up around here. I don't remember which building, one of those. Not in a really nice one. But next to a bunch of really nice ones. All right, you got the Palace of Fine Arts, you got the Golden Gate Bridge. Are we flying under the Golden Gate Bridge? What kind of crazy question is that? Jeez. Louise. I've been here a billion times, well, a lot of times. It's a really, really cool facility there. And it actually has this whole indoor area that has a theater. The Exploratorium used to be there, but they moved to the ferry terminal. So we're heading out to the water. We're going to see basically the standard stuff. And I think it's been, I think they might have said they updated Alcatraz. So we're going to head out to Alcatraz, which is someplace I always go. So, but man, the Golden Gate Bridge is certainly iconic. It's the only, there's a lot of suspension bridges, but it certainly is the only one that looks like this. I can say that after flying under bridges all over the world. Plenty of space. Plenty of space. You can put a 787 down there. Put an Airbus 380 down there. There's this LNG tanker. You can get the Marin headlands up here. The gun emplacements. But let's head south. Where that marker is the palace. The palace of what is it? King of Legion of Honor. Sorry, Palace of Legion of Honor. Why are we going so slow? Give me some gasoline here. This is what the Golden Gate Bridge looks like from here. It's gorgeous. It is awfully photogenic. This is the way we're flying now. No particular need for speed, so I got the throttle set down a bit. We got all these cool rocks. Can you fly up to the Farallones? I wonder. Farallones you can barely see on a good day. And they wouldn't be that interesting, but I don't know if we've ever flown out to the Farallon. So this whole thing here is cool. Kelly and I went here a couple years ago for the Tudor exhibit. Palace of the Legion of Honor. Strange name. But it's got, it's actually pretty big. I mean, you can see it's pretty big. And there's a parking lot. And there's a fountain. Alright, but we're heading up here to the park. Golden Gate Park. Huge park. There's the water. Boy, San Francisco just is so iconic. There's so many little scenes. It just could be San Francisco. Oh yeah, I want to see, do they have the windmill? They do. I just want to see how detailed it is. I was going to say, we went to see that windmill the other day in South America. And I'm like, well, they have a windmill, but it's not running. This is what the ocean looks like. I mean, it's a big beach, but it's cold. It's rarely all that warm. But they have this windmill. That's what it looks like. It's not turning or nothing. That they bought from the Netherlands. There's my plane. You never find it. Disappears. There we go. There it is. I run back in plane. And then the cliff house is there. That's the cliff house there, I think. And this is a fancy area where fancy people live. Oh yeah, I wanted to go down and check out something down in San Francisco. But let's travel up through the park. We'll head east. get a feeling for the park. I'm basically just flying around here because they did the city update, and I'm trying to see specifically what might have changed. But it's hard to tell because it looked pretty good before and it looks great now. Things like the Suture Tower, all of it looked like the Suture Tower. And it's Golden Gate Park, pretty big park. It's not really right in the center of San Francisco, but it's big, and it's so there's the Japanese Gardens, there's a museum, there's 2 museums here. There's that Ferris wheel that's temporary, but that's a really cool little area for touristy stuff right there. Definitely some amazing museums right there. I think it's the Modern Museum. I forget which one, but those are great. That's the good thing about San Francisco is there's plenty of culture to absorb, and it's really amazing. And you take that for granted when you live in a city where there's no culture to absorb. Oh yeah, Oracle Park. See, I think Oracle Park is pretty new. That's where the it's Oracle Arena. One of them is the basketball. Well, they're right next to each other, I think. But I think they might have updated the baseball stadium too, the Oracle Park, where the San Francisco Giants play. There's the skyline right there. But yeah, there's Oracle Park, and then there I think is down there is the. We'll check them both out. I just want to see if they've updated the. It looks like they might have the model for Oracle Park, which is why they're pointing it out. It's very detailed. It's always been kind of detailed. One of the amazing things is that when you hit a home run over right field, it goes into the water, and then there's people on boats, and there's a bunch of people on boats, and they'll try to get to your ball and fish it out. There's a huge Coca-Cola thing like that. Yeah, and that's exactly what everything looks like there. I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean, but yeah, it's highly detailed. Giants, San Francisco, very nice. Okay, and then the basketball arena is down there. I don't think we can drive there. It's very detailed. I like the as usual, I can't find the plane. We'll just get back in using the magical insert key. There it is. It's quite new. The Chase Arena, right there, that round building. The Warriors used to play in Sacramento, I think, or no, East Bay, right? They were in Oakland, but they got an offer to play and build them a new place in San Francisco, and they're like, they didn't really have to change the name, but now they're basically the San Francisco Warriors. That's where they play, Chase Center. And then so this is Oracle Park, Chase Center. I think these have definitely seen some refreshes. We're going to come up down the waterfront here. A little bit of pop in, but it still looks straight. Oh yeah, the ferry building, the very famous ferry building. I want to see if there's any sea lions that we can see. That's what they should put. I mean, they put animals in the game. That's the ferry terminal right there. Well, always lots of cruise ships, but they're a little further up here. But these are major cruise terminals right here. And the place where the sea lions is normally right up here. Not here. This is the famous Fisherman's Wharf. And right here on the side of Fisherman's Wharf, you can't really see that well because it's not really represented well. But if you look at these pallets down there, straight down there, it looks like they're dirty, but they're not. It's just low res. They're covered in sea lions, hundreds of sea lions. They're there basically all the time. And so you can go to this little wharf, which has stores and restaurants and shops. It used to be super popular, but a lot of them closed down after COVID. But one of the big attractions is you walk down there, you come down there, you walk down here, and you see these piles of sea lions hanging out here, which is kind of unexpected. And it's right next to this major tourist mall. And they love it there. I don't know why, but they just love it there. There's all these kind of abandoned piers that are slightly just slightly above water. And they're just covered with sea lions hanging out there. But they're not really in the game, except if you know where to look and you know what you're looking at. That's what they look like right there. You can't see it, but kind of see in detail that there's a bunch of little brown animals on those brown palette, darker brown animals. Hey, let's get out. Well, it's just a photo, so you're not gonna be able to see anything. Actually, we'd have to reset this view. It's fine. I know where we are now. But specifically, what I'm talking about is the sea lions are here. You can kind of see, I can kind of see that they're sea lions, but it shows just a few, and most of them are out here. These are not underwater, but there's hundreds of them. It's not like 10. All right, let's get back in the plane. I assume we're right around here somewhere. Okay, so this is the waterfront. There's all sorts of ships. There's some historical vessels. There's a submarine, the Pompanito. I think it's still around here that you can tour. World War II era submarine. Bunch of ships. If you go out to these wharfs here in the marina, you can see some really nice yachts. and that's from the outside. If you want to, the San Francisco Yacht Club, I think is this one here. But Sausalito is also pretty Tony. Well, it's San Francisco. There's a lot to see. We're back at the Palace of Fine Arts. Oh, they've updated this because they've been changing this whole area. Over time, they've been trying to cover this little section of road. By the way, this is where the LucasArts is headquartered, in the Presidio. And over time, their intention is to cover more and more of it with these parks and put tunnels there. But when I lived there was no tunnels. And this was just an overhead route here. Let's head up the Golden Gate Bridge. One time when I was much younger, I went to the top of the Golden Gate Bridge. And it's, we had to sneak on at 2 in the morning with special climbing gear. Not this tower, that one up there. I've been to the top of it. I've taken in the view from this point of view. I'll show you what it is. At 2 in the morning. I have done that. Hold on. I'm going to show you the specific view I'm talking about here. You climb up that cable. You walk up the cable. You need special climbing gear, which we made. You get up here. There's plenty of room. It's got guidelines. It's perfectly safe once you're up here. You can look down and see the traffic below, which at 3 in the morning is pretty light, but this is the view you get of the city. It's pretty amazing. Yes, I've physically been in this spot, personally, in my lifetime. One time, It's not something you're going to do too much. And then you go back down the cable the way you came. There's guy wires on the side that you can't see, so it's not like you're walking on a bare cable. All right, where's our ship? Where's our aeroplano? It's nearby. Fine. We're never going to find it. All right. So there's it's a long story, but it's a true one, a fun story. It's not that interesting. For a while I had video. We took a video camera with us, so I had videotape of us doing the whole thing. It was crazy, but I didn't keep it, and that was kind of before the area where you could archive things digitally and have them around forever. So eventually it got lost to the sands of time. There's the famous 101 through Marin. Just crazy how people are packing these houses in here, because you get a lot of houses with views of the city views, San Francisco, and that's pretty worth it. But yeah, Marin, the whole Marin lifestyle, Sausalito. It's all here to be found. And you can kind of see the appeal living on the hill there. Sausalito itself is quite pretty, and there's Tiburon and a bunch of other communities, Corte Madera, Santa Rosa. Here's the Commodore Center. I wonder if that's what does 1 mean? I don't know what that means. I wonder if that's a water landing takeoff area. I know there's some areas where you can take seaplanes off. Not that we're in one. All right, it's almost coming time. We're going to land up in Santa Rosa. It's about 10 miles north. I've done it before. We could land it at San Francisco International, but I don't feel like it. We've done it a million times. So we're already making time. You can barely see the city off in the distance. San Francisco that way, and Oakland and the East Bay that way. But this is Marin County, which is directly north of San Francisco. It's its own vibe to it. It was certainly famous in the 70s for kind of being the hot tub, free love, drugs vibe, which I think is a good vibe, personally. I'm down for that kind of vibe. I'm hoping we can see the Civic Center, the Santa Rosa Civic Center. It was designed by Frank Lloyd Wright. And it's very distinctive, but I don't think we passed it yet. The San Rafael Civic Center, I think it is. I think it's up ahead. We'll see. That's a great. It's a great, really cool building. I have to see. I don't know if they've updated it or if it's the same. If I remember correctly, it's up here. Past this, man, it's way further, I think. Yeah, it's further here. You come around here. Follow the roadway cheer. Here's where all the auto dealers are up here. Here's the confluence of freeways right here. Yeah, and I think the Civic Center is actually up ahead over this pass here. We'll find out. I might have passed it. Doesn't matter. It's a pretty day to fly around the Bay Area. I'll do it any day. Any old time. Okay, what's it look like from here? Basically, it looks like flying a plane. We are moving, though. Again, these are speeds that the average propeller plane, even a 2-engine propeller plane, are going to struggle to hit. So if I'm right, it's kind of here. Is that it? It's not. Is that the building I was thinking of? I don't think that's the building. I think it's near there here though. Is it, or is that building? It's kind of cool looking. I'm not sure though. I don't remember now. Oh wait, we'll keep flying around. Still lots of cool buildings. I mean, most of these are mini malls and stuff. Today I'm flying without the help of Google Maps, which is fine. That little runway is too short. Oh yeah, that must have been what I was looking for. Because yeah, we're leaving kind of the city area here. But the Santa Rosa Airport's still further north, I believe. Let me just check my book here. All right, it's up here, Cave DVO, I believe. Oh well, that's NOS, but it's still perfectly good runway, right? Yeah, 3,200 feet, perfectly good. Santa Rosa is up further up, but this is Santa Rosa, I think, up here, 069. Oh, that's Petaluma. Okay. I think we can land at GNOS, G-N-O-S-S. We're going to try it. All right, so as I've talked about this plane, it takes a little while to get it going, but it also takes some effort to slow it down enough to land because of its extremely slick surfaces. But it's aided with this braking system, these brakes here. That's called the speed brakes, they call them. And the flaps, which work in conjunction to allow you to land at a very slow speed, a much lower speed than you would be able to normally. Let's see, we're getting to be about the distance where we want to start going to landing configuration. So I'm going to put some flaps down here. I'm going to put the speed brakes just a little bit on here. There we go. We can start having our gear pop out. Gear should pop out pretty soon. Pop out here, thank you. There we go. You can see the gear coming out, unfolding. A little bit more of my speed brake. Even full speed brake is needed sometimes. And a little more flap there. Now we are nicely lined up and set up for landing here. You can see those speed brakes on the back basically act like sails to slow us down. And I should have 100% speed brakes there, I do. And almost full flaps. And then we can slowly lose the engine. But we don't want to go much slower than about 100 because we do run the risk of stalling. But here, it always looks like we're real low, but you can see from here we're about right. We're at a good angle here. Last minute second flare out there, lose some Lose a little more speed. Stall right onto the runway. A little bump there. Hit the brakes hard. Let it settle in there. Brakes are hard. Hard braking. We're slowing down quite nicely. Lose our speed brakes and our flaps. Don't need them anymore. And we are welcome to Gnos. Or Gnos, I don't know. Let's check it out. We gotta be careful that we don't go over bumpy land. We could hurt our landing gear. Oops. Don't lose too much speed. This should be fine here. Hopefully we don't bump our gear too hard. We're in 2024. I want to slow down here. Oops. Slow down there. Yeah, I mean, those little... I don't know. I'm not into those skid marks every time you barely touch the brakes. But, hello. It's fine. I want to check out this little airport. I've been here a couple times in the game. Unlike what I said was like at the top of the tower, the Columbia Bridge. That's I've really been to. I've never been here, except in the game many times. What a great little plane, though, man. Again, I say this many times, but I mean, the first thing I would notice is probably that Magni gyro, the gyrocopter, just because it's such a wild craft to have fun with. Man, if you got to own a little fat, you want to get somewhere quickly, and just you and one other person, this is the one to have. Of course, I don't know where that mission comes up too often, but it really wants us to make this little turn here, huh? Let's see if we can do this. I really don't need to push back, sir. Alright, so we can open up the canopy. Oh, heck yeah, we can. I like the canopy open. That's what it looks like with an open canopy. There we go. Really cool looking. Little cables and stuff. Lots of detailing. Alright, well, that was fun. I think we'll make this our mission for today. Let's get out of the plane here. Shift C did not let me out of the plane. Interesting. I guess that doesn't work. Oh, that reminds me. We started inside the plane. Okay, where are we? We're somewhere around here, right? Oh yeah, we're right here. There we go. I just want to take a little screenshot. I haven't been using them that much, but I still like taking them. A little memento of our trip to San Francisco Bay Area. And the CJ22J, the C22J. I want to call it CJ. CJ22 would be better than C22J. But they didn't ask me. Oh, maybe from this side. I'm not liking the lighting over there. It's probably making people ill. There we go. That's going to be about as good as I want to get here. I like to put my crew right in the center. That's what I wanted. I did something bad. Alright, let's do it right. Right buttons. There we go. Correct button pushings. And a screenshot has been taken. I'm gotta pour myself some Diet Coke now. Oh my goodness, go out to your local store and purchase several thousand cans of Diet Coke right now, please. I mean, just for me. Tell them I sent you. Oh my goodness, that's some Diet Coke right there. Yeah, well, we're 55 minutes in. We're 50 minutes in. So what's going to happen now is we're doing the brain games. I was like, maybe the brain games aren't great, content. But then some people, let's just say who remain nameless, said that the brain games were kind of fun to watch. All right, what are the brain games? I'm getting out of my game here. The brain games are something I like to do every day, and if I'm streaming, I'm going to start doing them on stream. But on the days I don't stream, I do them first thing in the morning. It's 2 Quirtles, 2 Octurtles, and the tightrope trivia in the middle between those two. So let's get started. I don't have all day to do my brain games. Let me just get this all here. Get that set up. We're gonna go to Quirtle. We're gonna start with 2 Quirtles. Excuse me. All that talking and some Diet Coke. We're going to do 2 Quirtles. We're going to play the trivia. And we're going to do 2 Octurals. What are Quirtles? They're a lot like the New York Times Wordle, which is just one word that you have to guess. And you can guess 5 words, 5-letter words. But you get more guesses, and you have to guess 4 words simultaneously. In the Quirtles, 8 in the Octurals. In order to, I've been doing this for years, and in order to make things shorter and quicker and a lot easier, I came up with the idea that you need 3 starting words, and the 3 starting words have to be are very important. They can't just be any old thing. They have to be 3 different words with 15 different letters from the 26 possible letters, including all the vowels and Y at the end position. If you can come up with 3 better words than that, and then 9 consonants, which has to be good ones. Okay, we got we have prior most likely up there. I was going to say it's prion, but there's no N. This is it doesn't have the E. It has credo, I think. It's got to be credo, right? What else could that one be? And that's good because that's give us the D. So this is going to be something C something IDE. So I'm going to go with chide. Could it be anything else? I don't think so. Okay, good. And that gave us the H here. Okay, so we already have all 5 letters in the upper right. Only one thing it can be. And then I think prior is still my best guess for this one. Okay, and this is the easiest one, right? But we got to get fast. So now we're going to do the extreme, which is a little bit harder. 8 guesses, fewer guesses, and more unusual words. But it doesn't mean we're not going to start with the same old 3 starting words. And they also have to have be relatively easy to remember, but more important, they just have to have what I said before. You notice that Y is really important to be at the end, but not all words that have Y have the Y at the end, but that always makes them interesting. And then you use all the vowels, so you don't have to worry about, are there other vowels that I'm not taking into account? This could be a million things, by the way, like grave or grade or a million things. Trust me, like at least 10 other things. This here though. This could be, that's a tricky one. OLI something? Like not folic, but, well, this is obvious. This is already much harder, than we had before. It's not foyer because there's no E in it. All right, well, let's just guess grade because it'll move us forward. See, I told you it could be grave, but now I only think it could be grave, right? There's nothing else there. No, it could be graze. Oh, all right, let's not guess that. This is a tough one, but the G is help here. So now it's G A something something Y, and I like gawky for that one. Didn't help us out. The D helped us out here though. R D O D Y R. I'm looking at this Y word here. Oof. And what is this one here? These are tough today. I enjoyed the tough ones. I don't get all these extremes. These are already. I mean, again, it could be grave or graze. And I don't want to do any 50-50s. We don't have any extra guesses. So we kind of have to guess something good here. L-O... V-O... Folio. Dang. Takes a, sometimes, doing words like that for a while can really help. All right. What about here? We still have Y and D, well, the D, Y, and R to place, and maybe some other letter, but we don't know. But now we know the O's in the end. That's kind of good. Dry. No, it can't be dry. Anybody know? Not a lot of people in chat to help out. Oof. Does it start with a Y? Because there's no O after it. I don't think it does. Oof. All right. Well, I'm running short of patience. All right. So we got grave, and now we don't have. At least we have one guess to get this. I don't know what it is though. Oof. Something. D. And then we have a YRO. Hydro. I just got it there. So I had to play with it for a while. Hey, look, we got it. It took a while. Games take as long as they take. I like to get them in 10 minutes, but not every time. Okay, we're on two of, but between the Octorals and the Aquartals, we always do the tightrope trivia. This is a time trivia game, so it cannot go that long. Today is the hardest, according to them, of the trivia games. I like to get them all right, but on Sundays, it's not going to happen likely. They get some really hard questions in here, but I am a trivia master. Let's get started. Remember, these are timed, so I'm going to go pretty quickly. Triangular coin for this Bermuda triangle. It has 9 brains. I'm gonna go with star. Oh my goodness! Wow. Well, we already got a hard one. I was between those two. Celestial is the second brightest object in the night sky after the moon. Is Venus. Some of these are going to be super easy, but man, I guarantee there'll become more really strange hard ones. I'm not going to get this one. Ended up sticking with football. Who was that? Was it Rogers? See, I don't get the football. I don't get the obscure sports ones either. I don't think we're going to finish today's. That's fine. Oprah Winfrey, color purple. Okay. Volcano was usually very, but recently quiescent period. Okay. Vocabularies. Oof. I don't feel good about this. Special place while campaigning for which political candidate? That'd be Clinton? For women who don't help each other. Yeah, that's identity politics. Somebody orders a squab. What do I have for dinner? Most likely, some kind of pigeon. It's a bird for sure. But what kind of person would order squab at a restaurant? Busiest ports in the world is the maritime borders with Malaysia and Indonesia. I was thinking Singapore. All right, so we crossed it, but we did not do well. You can only get 2 wrong out of the 9, and we got 2 wrong. I got 2 wrong. Oh, look, it was me. It's not your fault. So no, this was not a good game, but we are going to get Tightrope Boss, which is not a great. It's only the second, the third. You could also be Walking Encyclopedia and Clever Funambulist, which we get every now and then. That was fun. Okay, guys, look, we got 2 more brain games to play, and then we're going to have a music segment. So there's a lot of streaming to do here. I'm looking forward to doing my show. I love my show every day. All right, the octotal is a lot like a quirtle except with 8 words to solve at the same time. You can't see them all on the screen. You got to scroll. It does not affect my starting words as usual because they're just as applicable on any of these games. There's like 5 of these they do. Oh yeah, we have the craze and crave problem here. This has to be tribe, so we'll grab that. There's always at least a few which are basically you don't even have to think about. Okay, this could be noose, but I think it could also be... No, it can only be noose. Right? Yeah. All right, this one ends in BY. It has an L in it. So it's either LO something BY or old. It's OLBY. It ain't Dolby, right? What is that word? It's got to be obvious, right? LO. Oh, just lobby. That's got to be obvious. It is obvious. Okay, we have jump over here, right? Yeah, which is good because we need that H, although it wasn't helpful. All right, now we have an R. This could be, no, it can't be trill. It doesn't start with a T. I think it's LIRT. So let's go with flirt. LIRT, right? It has all the letters that we need. Very nice. The F is not used anywhere. We got 3 out of 8. We're down 5. We got a U, I, C, and Y. So pretty much only Juicy's going to fit in there. We got 2 left. So let's see. Yeah, the K is available, so we can just have black here. Oops. And then 1 word left, believe it or not. And we still don't know if it's crave or craze, but we have 3 guesses, so, you know. Let's do with craze this time. It was craze this time. It was crave last time. That's why I'm alternating. And it worked both times. It was craze. Previous time when I had that, and, you know, you never have V and Z until the end. By the way, we're not done. We're going to do... the rescue, which is the hardest one. Now, I don't get my 3 starting words here. In the rescue, it chooses 4 crappy starting words for you, which is lovely. But it's just the way the game is. Random starting words. You can see things like none of the starting words have a U in it or a Y in it. So if there's no vowels, it could have a U or a Y in it. But at least all these apparently have a vowel. Now, sometimes there's just something real obvious. Let's see. Like this one is pretty obvious to be ahead. But usually there's only 1 or 2, and the rest are just crazy hard. I only get this maybe 1 out of 3 times. I did get it yesterday, though. I did win the rescue yesterday, I'm pretty sure. Okay, we got something in front of this H. It could be an SH. It could be CH. We might just guess something which has an S. Because I think CHA something E. Can't think of anything that fits there. But SHA something E has shake, shame. Let's see. What else could it be? Let's do shame. We're gonna be bold. All right, it wasn't shame. All right, hey. Moving on, we could still potentially win. We have to get all of them right. You only can get 1 wrong. But see, that helped here. Something, this could be major, right? And not a lot of other things. Hopefully it is. Ugh. It could have been something else. Okay, now we can't win. We don't have enough guesses. Let's just see what we can get here. So it's because it can't be manner, right? There's no N in it, right? Yeah. But it could be... mayor, because I forgot. Yeah, in this version, we haven't used M. We haven't used Y. So I didn't. Oh, come on, guys. Mayor, AYOR. It has to be mayor, though. We'll get a few more of these. The Y shows up down here. Interestingly, okay, that's not helpful though, because it could be. Let's see. Could be biddy. I don't know. This could be SHO, but not O. They're not 2 O's. SHO. What could that be? S-H. It could be shock. Yeah, good. We needed the C and the K there. All right, we're getting some luck here. We're not going to win. We don't have enough guesses to get all the rest of the words. But we're having fun trying anyway. Let's see. There's E. It certainly ends in ECH. But what else could it be? Could it be leech? Leech? Let's find out. It wasn't. But it is belch. Belch. How many guesses do we have? Just 2 left after this. Yeah, we have 2 guesses to get 4 words. We didn't do very well today. Let's just get the last one, which we know. Now, is this going to be aware? And then this one's going to be... we know this one's going to be shale because it had an L in it, which you didn't find out till after we guessed shame. So we'll do shale as the last one. I don't care what the other ones are. We did not win the rescue. So close was not true. We were 2 away. We had 2 away. And by the way, did we ever win something? Yesterday I won. You got to get lucky because you don't get to choose the starting words. And then little things like this are going to trip you up, where I forgot that the Y, I'm always, the Y is always done by then. And I always look at this like shake. And I always think, oh, well, it could be a million things. But we got a little unlucky here. What is this word again? 50. 50 is always a hard word, by the way. And serif. Serif, I think we would have eventually got to. Because there has to be an R. Oh, right. The R had to be here. So S-E-R something and then an I. Yeah, I would have got serif for sure. All right. You know what? Let's, I would like to do one more. So we're going to do the extreme. And then we're going to switch to the music category. I'm in no big hurry. I got nothing else going on today. Sunday, just going to relax. Watch a little TV. Play some music. Okay, well, this has to be Monty, M-O-N-T-Y. No other choices than that word there. We have pouty. Oh, that's one of our favorite words. We got scaly here. These are also... This is supposed to be the extreme, so these are supposed to be hard. But this ends up being much easier than that rescue. Mainly because I have good starting words. Is this vinyl again? No, it can't be vinyl. It's lying. L-Y-I-N-G, I believe. Let's see. This one here is going to be S... Saner, I believe. Let's try that. All right, what we got here? We got 4. We see we're going much faster. These are so much easier. No, can't start with M or N. And so this is probably O M. Has to be M. A-N. So it could be woman. O-M-A-N. And it is woman. And then we have S, something with an O, but the O is not there. It could be S-H-O. Shove. It could be shove. And finally, okay, we got practically no, and this is the way it always is. We got practically no information about this word. It's got a U and an O in it. That's all we know. The O is not there. It could be, it can't be otter. Could it be Q-U something O-R? No. That's eliminated. Furor? Give it a whirl. It was Furor. Alrighty, that was quick. All right, now I can't stall anymore. It's gonna be we're gonna run the intro or the mid roll. Enjoy the mid roll. I'm gonna bring my guitar in. I'm gonna switch guitars, but it's one of those sitting over there. And play guitar. I'm looking forward to playing guitar. I haven't played guitar in a couple of days. Well, I have, but not on stream. Alrighty, let's see. Mid-roll. And just like that, we're back in the guitar and musical category. Just down a little bit like that, maybe. All right, we're back in my back at the top of the order with this Gibson Les Paul Studio. Beautiful guitar. One of the first guitars I got when I started getting guitar acquisition syndrome. I got a mail order from Amazon too. It was very inexpensive. You can't buy them as cheap anymore. It's like $800 or $700, I think, delivered. Getting a US made Les Paul for $700. Brand new. But this is one. All right, a little better. Paddle unit here. For some reason I'm not using it as much as I should be. Yeah, it worked. Nice. So I'm just gonna dick around on the guitar for a while. Why not? We'll probably try to sing a few songs. It's not gonna go well. Must be your skin, I'm sinking in. Must be for real, now I can feel. I didn't know, it's not my kind. It's not my time to wonder why everything goes white and everything's gray. Well, now you're here and now you're away. I don't want this, remember that. I'll never forget you where you're at. Don't let the days roll by. Glycerine, glycerine. I'm never alone, I'm alone all the time. Are you at one or do you lie? We live in a wheel where everyone steals, but when we rise, it's like strawberry fields. If you treated me bad, you bruised my face. Couldn't love you anymore, you got a beautiful taste. Don't let the days roll by. I could have been an easier on you. I couldn't change though I wanted to. What should have been easier, my three? Our old friends Fear and you and me. Glycerine, I needed you more when I wanted us less. Could not kiss, just regress. Might just be you're simple and plain. Well, that's just fine. That's just one of my names. Don't let the days roll by. I could have been easier on you. Glycerine, glycerine. Glycerine. That's Glycerine. Glycerine by Bush. Great band. From the 90s, really. That's good enough for government work. Playing a little song called it's called Modern Jesus by Portugal the Man. I think it's from 2009. Not that old song. Come on in, take a seat next to me. You know we got what you need. We may be liars preaching to choirs, but we can sell your dreams. You don't need sympathy, they got a pill for everything. Just take that dark cloud, bring it out to wash it down. But I don't pray for us. We don't need no matter Jesus to roll with us. The only rule we need is never giving up. The only faith we have is faith in us. We are the ones who start little fires, yet they burn out. But when they're on the rise, they can't help but shine. And when the wave approaches, take our ashes to the ocean. Who cares if hell awaits? We're having a drink at heaven's gate. But I don't pray for us. We don't need no matter Jesus to roll with us. The only rule we need is never giving up. The only faith we have is faith in us. We know that we're helpless, at least that's what we assume. But we don't need to prove nothing to you. Let's all stay cool. You don't want to feel blue, but we won't sell you nothing you can't use. I don't pray for us. We don't need no matter Jesus to roll with us. The only rule we need is never giving up. The only faith we have is faith in us. Alrighty, what's our next song? You know what? Let's switch a little karaoke action here. Just gonna full page this here. Pause that while we set this up here. Get it all nice and set up for you. Sing a few maybe REM songs. I don't know. Why not? I just feel like it. There we go. Yes, that's my reverb is on extra hard. It helps me sing. Okay, look. It is what it is. All right, this is basically my best song these days. Mr. Fred Lassie in a breakfast mess. Let's play Twister, let's play Risk.
troubled by the horrible ask. Mr. Charles Darwin had the gall to ask. Anything you hear about this one? Tell me how you locked in the punch. Any how you different, I never say, baby. Are you having fun? If you believe they put a man on the moon, man on the moon. If you believe there's nothing up his sleeve, nothing is cool. Here's a little legend for the never believer. Yeah. Here's a little ghost for the offering. Yeah. Here's a truck stop instead of St. Peter's. Yeah. Mr. Andy Kaufman's gone wrestling. Punch. And how you different on ever say, baby, oh, we losing touch. If you believe they put a man on the moon, man on the moon. If you believe there's nothing up his sleeve, nothing is cool. Nothing is cool. If you believe they put a man on the moon, man on the moon. If you believe there's nothing up his sleeve, nothing is cool. If you believe they put a man on the moon, man on the moon. If you believe there's nothing up his sleeve, nothing is cool. That song's a masterpiece. All right, what else we got here? Not when I sing it, but you know.
right, I want to line up something next year. Let's figure out if it's on the list here. Not losing my religion. Hold on, that's so stupid. Let's see, I'm kind of at a brain fart. We'll just pick a song, I guess. Or I want to do Wonderwall next. Wonderwall. Don't let me forget. We'll do Wonderwall next.
This one goes out to the one I love. This one goes out to the one I left behind. Simple prop, occupy my time. This one goes out to the one I love. This one goes out to the one I love. This one goes out to the one I left behind. A simple prop, occupy my time. This one goes out to the one I love. This one goes out to the one I love. This one goes out to the one I left behind. Another prop has occupied my time. This one goes out to the one I love.
Alright, Wonderwall, as promised. Promised before I forget. I gotta look it up here. Stop auto-playing shit, please. Wall karaoke. I assume is this the one we do? No. No, it's the other one. They're slightly different. Yeah, this is the one I like to do. They're similar, but there's a bunch of them. Alright, it's Capo 2, I believe, right? Well, I go first.
Today gonna be the day that they're gonna throw it back to you. By now, you should have somehow realized what you gotta do. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do. Not you now. Backbeat, the word is on the street that the fire in your heart is out. I'm sure you heard it all before.
karaoke versions of it.
Sometimes I fear the fear of uncertainty, staying clear. And I can't help but ask myself how much I let the fear take the wheel and steer. Driven me before, seems to have a vague, haunting mass appeal. Lately I'm terrified that I should be the one behind the wheel. Whatever time my whole breaks, I'll be there. Open arms and open eyes, yeah. Whatever time my whole breaks, I'll be there. I'll be there. So if I decide to waver my chance to be one of the hive, will I choose a water over wine and hold my own and drive? Oh, 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 oh. It's driven me before, seems to be the way everyone else gets round. Lately I'm terrified that when I drive myself, my light is found. Whatever time my road breaks, I'll be there. Open arms and open eyes, yeah. Whatever time my road breaks, I'll be there. And I'll be there. Do you choose water over wine? Hold the wheel and drive. Every time my road breaks, I'll be there. Open arms and open eyes, yeah. Every time my road breaks, I'll be there. I'll be there.
I'll give me one more or two, maybe in me. Oh, definitely this one though, because this is a new one for me, actually, relatively speaking.
I can't see the place up to the backs. I'm tense and nervous and can't relax. I can't sleep 'cause my bed's on fire. Don't touch me, I'm a real liar. Psycho killer, guess could say, better run, 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 run away. Oh, oh, oh. Psycho killer, guess could say, better run, run, run.
start a conversation, you can't even finish it. So I say a lot, but you're not saying anything. When I have nothing to say, my lips are sealed. Say something once, I say it again.
Psycho killer, qu'est-ce que c'est? Better run, 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 run away. Psycho killer, qu'est-ce que c'est? Better run, 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 run away. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. C'est que je veux ce soir-là. Ce qu'elle dit ce soir-là. Feeling so honest, why? Feeling us first like why? Okay. Yeah, 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 yeah. We are vain and we are blind. Hate people when they're not polite. Psycho killer, qu'est-ce que c'est? Better run, 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 run away. Psycho killer, qu'est-ce que c'est? Better run, 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 run away. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Oh no! Long outro. Any more songs I really want to do? No, not even, no, definitely not. Absolutely not doing the song. The right key for the piano, I believe, is going to be capo 3. Let me just check this for the way I like to strum this one.
I shot the sheriff, but I didn't shoot the deputy.
Let me sing this one real low. He sings it quite higher, quite a bit higher, I believe, like an octave. We'll see.
I shot the sheriff, but I didn't shoot the deputy. I shot the sheriff, but I didn't shoot the deputy. All around, gonna track me down.
What are the keys here? That's the whole song, I think, though, right? I don't know the song that well.
Around my hometown, just trying to track me down. They wanna bring me guilty for the killing of a deputy, the kill life of a deputy. I say, I shot the sheriff.
last. I don't want to do that much. We'll do this one. Tape 02 for this rendition, I believe. Last song though. I had a good time though. Rips, what is more model? Diet Coke is running very low and getting very, very tan. You know what I mean?
I can see why you think you belong to me. Never trying to make you think. Let you see one thing for yourself. Now you're off with someone else, and I know. And I thought that I might keep you for my own. Time was right for us to find all the things we thought weren't proper could be right in time, and then to see which way we should turn together or alone. I can never see what's right or what is wrong. Don't take too long to see what you want. For a while, maybe longer, if I knew. If it's one of us, I'm sure we both will see. Won't you look at me and tell me what you wanna do? I think I could stay with you for a while, maybe longer, if I could tear it out. Maybe what you wanna do? I think I could stay with you for a while, maybe longer if I do. Falling in out of love, you. Falling in out of love, you. Don't know what I'm gonna do. Falling in out of love.
Which, you know, I had a good time, but man, that's scary. That sounded scary to me. Oof, my voice is definitely, I can tell it's kind of cracking, you know. It's done for the day. That's just fine. I like to push it a little bit. I won't get stronger if I don't push it. So I like to push the song. Hold on a second here. Make a couple changes. I'm going to change our camera around. Woo! It's swinging around like a crazy man. And turn my reverb off. It's really annoying, but I can't sing without that reverb. It's I don't know what it is, but no, can't even think about it. Nope, not gonna happen. I mean, I could sing. It would just be even worse than that. Let me put it that way. I can sing without that, without the reverb. It would be much worse than that because I wouldn't know where my tone is. It's really that critical. And professional singers, when they're singing in the studio against just them and headphones and the like, they probably don't have reverb at all. They have a massive echo. They have an echo on their own voice, and it's probably a secret that most vocalists don't want you to know, that that's how they sing so well. It's just they have an echo on their feedback, their monitor, of their own voice. It's really loud. That doesn't go on to the recording, and that's kind of like a guide track for them to sing against, so they're in tune all the time. It's really interesting how singing works in a recorded setting, and I didn't know this, until I started singing a lot. When you put the headphones on and you have the mic on and you're starting to hear yourself without that reverb, you can't even hear yourself at all, and with the reverb, you can actually hear yourself sing. It's that much of a violent difference in the quality. Now it's kind of annoying, which is why I don't have an echo. An echo would be super annoying, but the reverb isn't so terrible, but it is kind of annoying on the voice, so I like to turn it off. All right, so what's going to happen now? We've been streaming for 2 hours or so, which is pretty normal for a Sunday. At least it's not normal for Sunday that I don't play Lego. I am going to say goodbye to everybody. I hope you had a fantastic time. Just trying to see if anybody here who I would want to raid is, although it's kind of silly. Nobody's watching. Awesome. So there's barely any point in telling you that I'm not going to raid anybody, but if you want to come by and see more show, 11:30 a.m. tomorrow, I'll be flying Microsoft Flight Simulator. I'll be taking a break from my work day. I'm going to work from home tomorrow. And then we're going to be bringing the keyboard in here. I mean, I will be bringing the keyboard in here. And I will be playing the old lounge piano act tomorrow. So, which is always a vibe. But of course, I love playing the guitar too. I like both the musical segments. We should play some new songs, but you never know. Probably not going to happen anytime soon. Or old songs that I don't play that often. I could go through the fake book tomorrow and play some old songs. That might be fun. Who knows? We have no idea what would happen. So I don't know my outro though, but it will be doing tomorrow again. Thank you for much coming by and watching on the VODs. Saying hello if you can on the VODs. You can comment. I always read my comments on the YouTube VODs. And yeah, I think that's been a good show, or mediocre show. Good show would be a problem because if I did a good show today, I'd have to do a good show every time, and that would suck. That would really I no. So mediocre is what we aim for, and I believe we have achieved. So congratulations to us.